Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Summer. So today's video I want to talk about this Nigerian lady. They call she's an actress, Nigerian actress. Her name is Nkechi Blessing Sunday. So there's a post she made. For anyone that does not know this lady, like I said, she's a Nigerian actress, and I wouldn't have known this lady. I didn't know this lady until there was something not too long ago about there was this guy that she was posting on social media as her husband, but the guy came out and said that they're not married. She has never even met his family. He has never introduced her to his family, whatever. It was a bit messy, but I didn't look deep into that story. And but there's a post I saw on Facebook that I saw this post, that is her Instagram post. Somebody then shared it on Facebook that I want to read to us. Okay, let me actually read it so I can address it. It's not a very long read, but I'll address it. I'll address it then as I go along. So this is the post. It says, I love how some men spend money on their women. You will know that the man is doing well through her. Okay, let me actually address that. There's nothing wrong in a man spending on his woman. It's beautiful, it's enjoyable, it's all of that for a woman. But I have a worry where we, especially in our culture, we emphasize so much on a man spending on a woman. And men proving their worth by how much they spend on a woman. That is why you find then every woman wants to find a man that is loaded. That a man may be okay, has a nice job, is okay, whatever. Some people don't want men like that because he is not going to be spending a lot on her. I want to address some mentalities, and as always, you will leave your opinions in the comment section. Okay, it says, you know that the man is doing well through her. There are some women that are doing well, or ladies that are doing well on their own. And this is why then, if this lady a lady is dating a guy, if a lady that is doing well is dating a guy, people assume, oh, the guy must be doing okay. People don't realize. Then the woman's hard work or the lady's hard work will be attributed to the man. Whether we like it or not, it's creating that imbalance in our society. I'm really hoping that I really hope that with time this mentality will begin to go down, because whether we like it or not, that is why a lot of girls in Nigeria are being raised to just be waiting, just be beautiful, package yourself well, and be waiting for a man that is doing well to come and be doing well on your head. And there are some amazing guys that can make amazing husbands. But girls will not give them a chance because he's not loaded enough to spend on them that they can show off and say, yes, the man is doing well. I really hope I'm making sense. Okay, then he says, the woman not they work, oh. The woman not they work, oh, but she get all the latest. So the woman, for anyone that doesn't understand, so it means that the woman is not working. She has no job, but she has all the latest because she has a guy that is loaded, that can afford to buy her all the latest. Now, this is what I was basically speaking about. Our girls, unfortunately, are being raised that they don't need to work. They don't need to try to make it. All they need is a man that has made it. We're raising boys and girls differently in our culture. And that to a great extent results to why a lot of women go through a lot in relationships and marriages, because they are at a disadvantage. Shishi they don't get. They don't have a cent. So because they are married with nothing, if the man say back, they start backing. If the man say sit here, they sit here. The man say this, they get abused and everything, they don't move an inch, because where do they start from? They have nothing. The man has all the money, they have nothing. And then you wonder, why is she staying in the marriage? They beat her. Where is she going to go? Society did not raise her to be financially independent. Did not raise her to be hardworking. Did not raise her to be somebody. Society raised them to be married to a man that has made it. So at the end of the day, the man becomes their all in all. These are the mentalities that cause this kind of a thing. He says she know the work, oh. The woman know the work, oh, but she has the latest. Another thing, you see that sentence about the latest? That's the reason why a lot of girls get into trouble. Because Nobody needs to have the latest. That is why you see iPhone, the old one. They bought it all. And then, when they bought this iPhone, there's nothing wrong with buying an iPhone. But you can have an iPhone for a long time. Okay, my phone don't they die, it's giving me problem. Okay, buy. What's the latest? Let me buy. But there are some people that they bought this. They buy the latest iPhone that came out this year. And then next year comes, they begin to feel inadequate because the new iPhone is out. But their own is the one from last year. So they are not carrying the latest iPhone. It's not about, okay, my phone is broken, and no. Or that phone is slow now, his phone is this, that. The updates are old, whatever they call them, whatever. No. It is just by, this is not the latest one. So people will buy a new iPhone in January. And then by December, the new one. Few months later, the new one is out. They will be feeling inadequate because they are not carrying the latest. You see that sentence, whether we like it or not, it's creating that impression that part of knowing that a lady has arrived is that she's holding the latest. That's why sometimes when I watch, when I look at a lot of Nigerian celebrities, it depends on who you're calling, who you're asking. Some people call them British. But you find a lot of Nigerian, not even just the celebrities, but I think it comes all the way from there. You find all these celebrities that they want to take pictures. They are at a gathering and they want to, they want to take pictures or whatever. They always hold their phones, and I used to always wonder, why are they holding their phones? In the past, I used to think maybe at the party, they're holding their phones because it may get stolen or whatever, until I found out that no, they have to show the phone in the picture to let the world know that they are using the latest phone. Because they have a handbag. The phone could have been in their bags. It's a thing in Nigeria. A lot of people then copy them. You see a lot of people in Nigeria take pictures, and they always hold the phone for you to know that they're holding the latest phones. You get my point? So that mentality, a girl can be doing well and not have the latest things in life. A girl can be from a rich background. A girl can be successful, financially successful, or be married to a rich man and not have a latest phones. I'm really hoping that people get this message. You don't need to have the latest things to prove any point to anybody. You don't need that. You don't need to have the latest whatever to prove points to anyone. Recently, before it was Brazilian week, everybody needed to buy Brazilian. We will see girlfriends. My boyfriend cannot buy me Brazilian wig, and the boyfriend will be feeling inadequate because he cannot buy Brazilian hair. Now, I don't think they do Brazilian hair anymore. Now they are doing bone straight. Is it that called bone straight or straight bone hair? Whatever it's called. If you don't have the bone straight hair, you have not arrived. And I'm like, how? I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I'm really hoping I'm making sense. Don't let social media push you. Don't let other people's life be the reason why you do this or you do that. No, don't let that happen. No, there's no need for that. This mentality needs to change. Let me read the rest of it. She said she go walk, stop walk, stop walk, walk. But the man always got her. So she works, stops working, and works again, stops working. But the man always, that part is, I think you understand that. So the man always, is always there to provide. Why can't women be providers too? Like, don't get me wrong, a woman can be married and maybe she works part-time, or there are some women that are housewives or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not coming here to speak against being a housewife, but I'm talking about how people are raised. A woman can be well educated, whatever, and be a housewife. It happens. There's some women that are housewives, and then after their children are raised, they go back into the workforce. It happens. Or some women that choose to work part-time or whatever. But it's important. I used to have a neighbor that, she used to work in the bank. She got married and she stayed at home. And then her marriage began to have problems. What did she do? The first thing she did was, boom, pick up herself and started going back to work. And she was preparing herself that if it should end, she didn't want to be financially stuck. But thank God she had an education. That's why she was able to pick up herself and started working straight away. You get my point? Don't allow anybody make you think you need to live a life where you have to be waiting to grow up and marry a rich man. Grow up, you understand, and depend on a man. That is not the best way to go. Okay, now Tell me when she needs to work and stop work. If you have a job, we're doing it now. Why should you work? Stop working like this? Why do our men? How come men don't stop working because they are marrying a rich girl? Why do the men not wake up and grow to say, let me grow up and find a rich wife to marry? Why is that not okay for men? And so women think it's okay for women. Okay, let me read it. So she now said I want Mr. Anonymous, meaning that Mr. Anonymous belongs in this category. Do you know what I mean? So that said, Baba literally just placed me on a 1 million monthly allowance. She said Baba in Nigerian languages, a lot of Nigerians will call Baba or Papa, meaning father, right? So, but it's like she's basically saying there's somebody there that has placed her on a monthly allowance of 1 million naira. 1 million naira. Okay, she said identity still not no. So she does not know his identity. Okay, and then he said, you will see this. I appreciate all you do, Mr. A. Okay, so she's saying that someone she does not know is giving her money every month. This person stays anonymous. Okay, now I have nothing against this lady. I know that them as celebrities, a lot of them have fallen into this trap of needing to prove points or needing to, you know, show off on social media. It is a trap. I'll call it a trap. And sometimes, I'm going to be honest, I feel sorry for them because it's a difficult thing to break out of. But if you read that thing, I'm being honest, I feel like this may not be true. That's how I feel. She called this person Baba. So Baba is something you call an elderly person normally, but she said the person is anonymous. So how does she know that this person is a Baba? How does she know this person is an older man, right? And at the same time, she said he's anonymous, and she called is Mr. A. If this person is anonymous, how does she even know he's a male? It could be a female. So what makes her think it's a male? You understand? And then she said Mr. A. So Mr. A, maybe she just wants to name the person Mr. A, but she said it's anonymous. If somebody is anonymous, she wouldn't know if it's man or woman, or if it's a Baba or a young guy. This is a lady, I'm sorry, but like from what came out, she was showing the guy and claiming that the guy was her husband, always saying husband, until the guy came out. I'm sorry I never followed that story. In case if I'm not saying it right, can you guys correct me? But from what I gathered, she was calling a guy her husband and people thought they were married. And then the guy came out one day and said he's not married to her. I felt a lot of things that happened, even the guy, they were necessary stuff. But I'm just saying, if she would have called the guy her husband, why and where they were not even married for all this while, and then she comes and says something like this, it shows that it comes across like she's the type that will post anything on social media just to shine, right? And I always say it again, I feel sorry for those that look at the celebrities as a standard and you aspire to be like them, or they inspire you in this kind of ways. You have to sit back and decide what inspires you. Nobody they inspire me. Do I have anybody that? I don't think. Nobody they inspire me. Who they inspire me? I don't think it's anybody. I inspire myself. I'm just trying to think. Okay, I can speak. I think maybe I have to my advantage is age. Let's be honest. The older you get, sometimes the less you give it that. But even when I was younger, growing up in Nigeria, I wore okrika with pride. I know the shame. Okrika, second-hand clothes. I wore them with pride. I still come abroad and I still buy second-hand clothes with pride. Till date, if I'm walking past the second-hand shop and I see something hung and I like it, I will go buy it. Nothing stops me. And I can tell you that I have been in the shop. I have been out. It has happened to me several times when people say to me, oh my goodness, there was, okay, for example, one day I went into the bathroom in the shopping center. I went to the bathroom, I was coming out, and this woman walked up to me. She was like, the way she walked up to me, and she was like, oh my goodness, I love your skirt. Where did you buy it from? And I said I got it from a charity shop. And she was like, damn. Like, she wanted to know so she can go buy it. I've made videos there. People like, oh, someone, I like your dress. Where did you get it from? Some of my clothes, it's what's they call that one? Everything £5. Let me tell you, you can wear the most simple hairstyle in the world, the most basic clothes, Now that one where you they wear, now you go they hungry other people. I'm telling you, it's that simple one that you're wearing that everybody will be looking at and say, ah, that one is that people will be admiring. Set a standard for yourself. Don't let the world set it for you. Don't look at other people and decide to use them as a standard. Set your standard and stick by it. See, I'm not moved by, like I was saying about age. I think maybe sometimes when you get older, you begin to realize how all these things are not necessary. All these things. I'm one of those people. I don't hide my age. I'm 45 by the grace of God this year. And like I was saying, even when I was younger, I think I was still the same. I've always been simple. Do you know what I mean? And you know, it saves you a lot of headache. Bottom line in this video, what I'm bringing out in this video is, let's stop raising our daughters with that mentality that you grow up and depend on the man. Raise our daughters as of raising our sons to hustle, to work hard, to achieve something with their lives. Even some women get married to amazing husbands and the man dies. But because these women never were raised to achieve, raised in the way that they can be dependent, they struggle because they've never been that all their lives. It has happened. You understand? I made a video which I was saying that a widow does not have to be a charity case. There are some widows that are doing better than people that have husbands. You understand? So it depends. Let's really focus on how we raise our daughters. Equip them from day one. In my house, whether you're a male child or female child, you work. The same thing. Housework, or everybody go do one. They don't have this one that only the boys do this and only the girls clean house. Everybody is the same thing. Job opportunity is the same thing. I have children in colleges. I have, by the grace of God, 3 children in colleges. And they work part-time, weekend job, summer holiday jobs, which is normal. It's called student hours, whatever they call them. And I cannot stand here and tell you that my son, my male child has more money than my female child. No. I'm raising them equally. Thank God I live in a society where that mentality is not here. You only see in Nigeria, they say, avoid urgent 2K girls. Did I realize what urgent 2K girls means? I was like, what? Urgent 2K is like those girls that you're dating them and they always say, oh, they call you, oh, can you just give me 2K urgently, meaning that they don't have it. And you come to this part of the world, you see that you hardly see a girl depending on a boy for money. Rarely. Girls have their own money, boys have their own money. Equal opportunity in every way. I remember going to Nigeria on holiday once, and I met a friend that I used to know when I was in secondary school. We used to go to the same lesson classes, you know, they do after school classes. And he was like, oh, I'll take you to this restaurant. I went to that restaurant, and after the meal, I brought out money to pay. And he was offended. Like, why will you bring money to pay? And I was like, well, why don't I pay? I ate, you ate, you know. This is what we do here. Like here, when I went to college abroad, at lunchtime we'll go out for break. Everybody pay for your own meal, everybody go. And he wanted to pay for my meal. I was like, no, I'll pay for myself. And I was willing to pay for him, but I was willing to pay for him, but at least I wanted to pay for myself. I was like, he was offended. I realized it's a different culture where a man paying is the proof that he's a man. I am using the opportunity to address the idea of raising our sons and daughters to be financially independent, equal opportunity. Also raise our boys to cook. Raise our boys to be efficient in the kitchen. Let everybody, all these things are life skills. They are life skills. To be able to make money to survive is a life skill. To be able to cook food to eat is a life skill. There was a video I made in which I said, animals, when animals are, what's it called? Look at animals. You find animals, they have their children, the next day, they start teaching them how to eat, how to find their own food or whatever. It's only human beings that will say, this is a male child, don't learn how to cook. This is a female child, enter kitchen. Only the boys should drive. Girls are driving now. So why should they? You know, now when we're growing up, that's what it was. Only the boys were taught how to drive. The girls were taught how to be in the kitchen. In this 2022, unfortunately, some people are still doing it. That mentality needs to die. It needs to die. And then also, this mentality that girls have to grow up and be pretty faces. No, you can have a pretty face and also have a pretty purse. Not purse that a man filled in, the one you filled in yourself. You understand? And on top of that, also, I'm addressing the idea of celebrities. Not everything they post make you they believe. Oh, it's not everything they post you should believe. Focus on your life. Ask yourself what makes you happy. When you find what makes you happy, you'll find that what makes other people happy will not affect you. Let them be the latest shoes, the latest bag, the Brazilian hair, stone wigs, bone straight wigs, and the latest Gucci clothes or whatever. Let that be whatever. You'll be surprised that when you find yourself and you find what happiness means to you, you'll be surprised at how many people will look at you and be like, wow, I like her dress, oh, and your own is of become second hand. Find your happiness. Leave other people for whatever their own happiness is. Find yours. Don't find other people's happiness. Like, don't look at other people and use their happiness to, no, find your happiness and stick with it. That contentment. That's why the Bible says, I have learned the secret of being content. Apostle Paul said that. I have learned the secret. When you learn it, your life will be so joyful. You know, he called it a secret because many people never grasp that secret. When you grasp it, your life will be so peaceful and joyful. Because nobody is setting standard for you. You set your standard, and it is so easy for you because it is a standard you set for yourself. So I saw that post, and those are the few things that came to my mind when I saw the post, and I wanted to quickly come and share with you guys. And as always, whatever your opinions are about this, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.